So I get a lot of messages from students. I read them all. You're gonna wanna stick around on this video because this was a very interesting message that I got. And all you need to do is have the right attitude. Attitude matters so much. Watch and learn. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the little alert notification bell so that you get alerted when I have new lessons that are gonna change your life. What's up, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here in Australia. We're driving, we're helping the animals, we're visiting different wildlife charities and rescue workers. Stay tuned for a whole documentary on that. But I'm also still trading. You know, the stock market here opens after midnight, so it's not the best time zone. In fact, it's actually the worst for me. But at the same time, I'm still doing what I can to trade, and I'm always learning from students. I'm always reading your DMs. Please do DM. Check out the link just below this video. I'm including a link to my trading challenge. That's where I mentor students, and also my other top students help mentor. So it's not a coincidence that all my top students are coming from the Millionaire Challenge. But aside from that, I look at all the emails and the DMs, and I got this one message from the student, you know, basically just saying like, you know, he got like one of my starter packages and he's like, you know, your lessons are trash, I want a refund. And I take things personally because I know my lessons are not trash. I know how useful this is. You have to remember, even though I've made millions of dollars, I never had a teacher. So I think of myself like as the teacher that I never had, like what would I have wanted to learn in the beginning? So I, went into this person's account and saw like what he actually watched. And I can see, based on when someone registers, I can see how many lessons they watch. And he got access to, I believe, 14 different video lessons, and he watched 2 of them. And he was like, no, I don't like it. Your lessons are trash. And for me, I'm gonna always respond to that because, again, I take a lot of pride in my work. I don't just talk for fun. I don't just spend my time making lessons being like, what can I say today? So I responded and I said, no, my lessons aren't trash. Your attitude is trash. You watch 2 out of 14 video lessons. You're not taking this seriously. And you expect to be successful after you put in 15% effort. And I think this is a good example where, I don't know if you know this, but like 80 to 90% of people with a gym membership don't go to the gym. Did you know this, Sam?
Yeah.
Did you know this, JB?
I didn't know
Sam and JB.
Everyone's there on January, never there on December.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So like, this is the problem where people want to get fit. They're paying their monthly membership to the gym, but they're not going, so they're not getting fit. And then they say, oh, I know I should go to the gym more. They still pay because it's like a guilt tax. And then they are there more in January. There's actually like a whole graph of like, typical gym usage. And they're like January, like all gyms have to brace for January. They're like, oh my God, everyone's coming in January. All the machines have to work. And then literally by February and March, it's done. 80 to 90% of people do not go to the gym, and yet they expect to be fit. So this is very similar. Like, it doesn't matter if you pay me for lessons if you're not going to watch them. And also, even though I can see which video lessons you guys watch, I can't see how seriously you're taking them. You might just put them on and then go play Fortnite, and you just have it on autoplay on your laptop. And that'll, for me, from my data perspective, it looks like you're watching them, but you're not actually learning the lessons. You're not taking your education seriously. So if you want to be successful, you cannot watch 2 out of 14 video lessons. And to the guy's credit, after I told him his attitude was trash and I saw how few videos he watched, he was fine with it. And he's like, wow, I can't believe you responded. I thought you were a bot. Don't refund me. I'm going to go back and watch the video lessons. And for me, like, that matters. I know some people will be like, why do you care about, any one student? You have thousands of students. I care about all students. I wouldn't do what I do if I, didn't care. I wouldn't be as good of a teacher. Some people just look at like the law of numbers, like, okay, most people just aren't going to study. All you can do is try to help the few who will. And I do agree that, most people won't study, but I'm going to do my best to get people to study, because the one thing that all of my millionaire students, all of my upcoming millionaire students, like I have a lot of students who have made 6 figures. The one thing they all have in common is that they study nonstop, like 14, 15, 16, 17, 20 hours per day. And don't burn out, okay? Don't study like 20 hours per day every single day, because that's not sustainable over the course of your life, let alone a few years. But you are basically playing a game of catch up. These patterns, these setups have been going on for years and decades without you. So it's your job to try to learn from what has worked in the past and adapt that to what's working right now. And I don't have any like magic formula. I can't guarantee you that I can make you rich. But I do guarantee you that I'll teach you everything I've learned over the past 20 plus years. And I do guarantee you that that will only help you. Even though I lost money last night on a trade, I followed rule number 1 and I cut losses quickly. So it wasn't that bad of a loss. I'm still actually up on the week. So a lot of people are like, what, Tim, you lose and you can be a millionaire? Yes, I don't win 100% of the time. I win roughly 70% of the time. So I'm losing nearly a third of the time. But rule number 1, my losses, my dollar losses, my percent losses, they're smaller than my dollar gains and percent gains. So that's just one of many rules. Again, click the link below. If you want to join my challenge, you have to apply. It doesn't matter, how much you're willing to pay me for lessons. If you don't have the right attitude, my team and I will not accept you. The good news is, because I'm real and because I've been doing this now, trading for 20 plus years, teaching for 10 plus years, I get to choose my students. So you have to have the right attitude. And I will tell you that your odds of success go up dramatically if you just study, if you put in the time. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, give yourself the best odds of success. Leave a comment underneath this video saying, I promise to be dedicated. I promise to be dedicated. 5 words, and you will be shocked at how much you achieve and how much you learn over time. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be fun, especially in the beginning. You have to remember, like Tim Grittani, my top student, who has now turned $1,500 into nearly $10 million, he made nothing his first 9 months. Nothing. But he studied every day, he learned, he optimized, and by year 3, he was a millionaire. I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen with you, but it could happen, okay? So have the right attitude, recognize this is a marathon, not a sprint, and study up. Leave a comment underneath saying, I promise to be dedicated, and then back it up by actually being dedicated. And I should add, I'm sorry, I forgot to add, it's not just about studying the past. Study the past, but recognize what trends are happening right now, okay? I have a lot of video lessons, a lot of DVDs, a lot of webinars from the years past, but patterns repeat, and I want you to always still look at the current market. So if you're studying, let's say my How to Make Millions guide, which you should, it's 35 hours, click the link below. I'm gonna include a link for my How to Make Millions guide. That all goes to charity. So even if you hate me, I don't make a dime and I can still teach you, win-win. But that guide is several years old, but the patterns in it still work to a T. It might not be based on the shipping industry or marijuana stocks, which were hot while I was making that, but it might be Bitcoin. It might be, the coronavirus stocks. Like, there's always something new that is spiky, but the patterns, especially based around manias and hype and pump and dumps, are very similar. So always kind of have like 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the present. And that way, that's how you create a better future. Too many people I find are like, no, I'm not gonna study the past, just give me hot stock picks now. No, that's bad. I'm basically a glorified history teacher. I teach stock market history. Then I also have some students who only study the past, and they're like, no, I'm just gonna watch all your video lessons, all your DVDs, I'm not even gonna watch the market now. And you're missing out on learning right now. Remember, you are playing a game of catch up. You have not seen the patterns, you don't understand the game, you don't understand the volatility. This has been going on for many years without you. You have to now work overtime to catch up based on your knowledge. Remember, you have 2 accounts. You have your trading account and your knowledge account. You cannot grow your trading account unless you have a lot of knowledge. So studying helps, studying the past, studying the present. You have to do it all. I know it's not fun, I know it's not easy, but it is worth it. It does get easier over time. And when you're rich, that's when you get to have fun. Enjoy it!